Welcome to HackAtom 6.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the biggest HackAtom event of all years.
Hey everyone, welcome to the HackAtom 6 closing ceremony. We've had some really exciting, great projects being developed during this HackAtom, and we're going to be really excited to share with you all of them, the winners of the biggest HackAtom in Cosmos history. We've never had so many hackers, so many prizes, so many sponsors, and let's talk about them now. So HackAtom 6 had 27 different prizes, 25 challenges, 2 grand prizes, and a bonus community prize based on the votes from everyone here. There were over $1 million worth of prizes in Atom. And if you want to learn more, definitely check out hackatom.org. Actually, the website just updated today. So thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to Starport, to Pylons, to IXO, to Archway, Kava, Bitsong, Stakefish, and Juno, Litecoin, Sentinel, SiftChain, Regen, Akash, Secret Network, NIM, Evmos, Agoric, Osmosis, Key Foundation, Umi, Bitwit, IrisNet, Injective, Persistence, Forte, and Omniflix. Without you guys, this hackathon would not have been possible. So we've had nearly 2,000 participants in this hackathon. It's massive. I think we've never had this many people before. We were in the low hundreds, I think, in previous hackathons. There were over 100 projects submitted as well, which is also record-breaking. We've had, much less participation in the past. You see in the subtext here, I think the largest hackathon we've had in the past had fewer than 400 people participating and fewer than 35 submissions. So quick preview of what the winners built. There was a Cosmos wallet that supported both MetaMask and Kepler, allowing users to interact with both ERC20 tokens and IBC assets. There are multiple great plugin systems developed for Starport CLI, which allows the developer community to add powerful chain development features on their own via plugins. There was also a decentralized end-to-end encrypted private alternative to Google Drive and Dropbox that allows users to securely upload and store their files. There was an NFT marketplace that allows users to easily publish images by filling out a form with the NFT name, the image URL, and the description. On top of that, there was a UI developed for semi-automatic compounding of liquidity pool rewards. There was a cross-chain NFT game that lets players equip heroes with craftable armor and weapons enchanted with random properties. There was a Chainlink Oracle that was built that provides geospatial data from satellites to power Earth Impact and ESG Cosmos projects. There was also a DeFi application that aims to channel funding towards environmental goods, connecting complex environmental data to the blockchain. So now that Hackathon is complete, there's still a huge need for developers in the ecosystem. So I highly recommend you check out jobs.cosmos.network. If you haven't been reached out by the team with which the prize you were working on, you should probably go talk to them as well. For example, if you were working on an Agoric project or an Evmos project, definitely go reach out to those teams right now and see if they have any extra work for you. There's also the community pool spends proposal that we'll have more information on soon. So thank you so much to all the sponsors, all the hackers, and to the community members for making this hackathon happen. Next up, we have Adriana Mihai, Director of Marketing and Community for Tendermint.
So, hi everyone, and welcome to HackAtom 6, the closing ceremony. It has been one of the most amazing months in planning and also executing this HackAtom. It has been indeed a pleasure and an honor to see so many people participating, both from the sponsor side and also from the participant side. Pang went through some of the stats, and we couldn't be more grateful to be able to view this type of engagement in our community and to see how these projects are going to evolve in the future. Now, let me share my screen and go through some of those agenda for today. All right, so winners announcement. I know that everyone has been waiting for this announcement, and everyone is super excited to see if they were part of the winners, and also what the winners have built during this event. In terms of schedule, we have scheduled this event in 3 parts. One is we're going to have a fireside chat with some of the judges who have reviewed the projects to share some of their thoughts on how they view the projects this year, if they found any interesting ideas, how they see the projects continue to evolve in the ecosystem, and if they have any ideas on how to collaborate with the winners going forward. This is the first part of the event. The second part will go into winners announcement. We will take all the categories one by one and all the challenges, and we are going to present the winners for each. We are also going to show the demos of the winners for people to have an idea of what those projects have built during this 1 month long hackathon. And lastly, we're going to have a winners fireside chat where we will invite some of the winners on stage to talk about the HackAtom experience, how they view this event, what the plans are going forward in the ecosystem, and what they're most excited about when they refer to Cosmos at large. Just a short recap of what we have had in terms of categories and structure of the challenges. We have had 7 main categories: Starport, end user apps, gaming, Ethereum on Cosmos, interoperability, DeFi, and Earth. Besides that, we had a Grand Prix prize where we had 2 winners, and also Community Choice Award. Altogether, we had 1,285,000 USD paid in atoms as the winners. Now, as you all know, this HackAtom wouldn't have been possible without these amazing judges who made this event possible. They actually had to go through over 100 submissions and analyze the projects one by one to decide which are worthy to be added as winners to each of the challenge. So in no particular order, we have Billy from Interchain Foundation, Alessio from Tendermint, Dennis from Tendermint as well, Sam from Interchain Foundation, Ethan from Interchain Foundation and Informal, Pong from Tendermint, Sunny from Osmosis, Zaki from Inclusion, Michael from Pylons, and Sean from IXO. Now, I want to invite on stage on some of the judges to talk about their experience and how they found this year Hackathon, both in terms of like project that were submitted and also like quality of the code and what are some of their ideas going forward for some of those teams. All right. So we have Dennis, Sunny, and Michael here. Thank you all for joining. Do you want to do like a short presentation about yourself, a few words?
Sure, yeah. I'm Michael. I'm director of NFTs at Tendermint and founder and CEO of Pylons. I'm really, my mission is to sort of create programmable property that's really, really accessible both to users and to developers so that we can have Cosmos-based IBC assets in people's hands, in like the hands of sort of like regular people really easily, working really smoothly. So I'm very much like a user experience, like crossing the chasm kind of vision. That's what I'm all about.
Thank you, Michael. All right, Sunny or Dennis, who goes next?
Hey guys, sorry, I'm in a car, so let me know if my internet connection is not great. I just landed from a flight, but my name is Sunny, and I'm one of the co-founders of Osmosis Labs, which is one of the dev teams building Osmosis. So what were the questions that we wanted to answer?
First of all, 2 words about yourself. Then we pass it to Dennis to introduce himself, and then we'll go through some of the questions regarding the Hackathon.
Cool. Yeah. So co-founder of Osmosis. I've been working in the Cosmos space for about 4.5 years now, and just really excited to see more and more projects coming alive.
Perfect. Now, Dennis.
Hey everyone, my name is Dennis. I lead the developer experience team at Tendermint. This is the team that is building Starport, and we were very excited to see so many teams participating. So Starport, for those who might not know, is a set of tools for building and launching blockchains and code scaffolding, running a blockchain node in development, and many other tools. So yeah, we had 4 challenges, and we'll go into that a bit later, I guess.
All right, thank you so much. So thank you all for joining again. As I mentioned before, you were one of the judges who had to look through the submissions and understand what the teams have built, what the challenges they had, what was the quality of their code. And mainly I want to talk with you all about your overall Hackathon experience, right? Because you have looked through all of these projects, you have checked those submissions. Do you have like an overall impression of the quality and the innovation that came out of these projects of the Hackathon? Right. Who wants to share some thoughts there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was pretty happy with a lot of the quality of the projects that submitted for the Osmosis challenges. I think we had about 8 submissions, and I think that one of the just giving people like that flexibility to sort of do whatever they want with it and kind of figure out how they want to do it kind of allowed people to explore different options, right? Like there were some people who decided to go more like build something cool for the Osmosis front end. Other people decided to build like a script, like something that was more like just a script that helps people like manage their Osmosis liquidity positions, for example. Or there was some people who built like a Discord bot that like gates entry into certain channels based off of ownership of either Osmo or Ions. And so it was cool to see or there's people who worked on IBC Explorer. And so I think having that sort of like flexibility and giving people the ability to like sort of build what they're interested in really give a lot of cool, different, diverse projects to come about.
Thank you so much. What about you, Dennis? How did you find the overall submissions for the Starport challenges?
Yeah, we were very thrilled to get 9 submissions between 2 categories. And basically we judged submissions based on innovation. Like that was probably the main criteria. That's, I think, to me, that's the purpose of hackathons, to explore and to build something and something new, and essentially investigate new kind of paths forward. And we've got so many great submissions that have very interesting ideas on code scaffolding, on plugin system, and then we of course evaluated code quality, and some submissions also were presented with in a way that is almost production ready. So that was very great to see as well. Some submissions even had tests, which is not common for hackathon submissions. So like the code quality was exceptional, and it was very hard for us to choose winners because all of them are very valuable and interesting.
For sure. What about you, Michael? How did Pylons did?
You know, it was a really interesting experience for us. Like, one thing I think we didn't think about going into this is how different the Pylons SDK is from the Cosmos SDK. You know, the Cosmos SDK is this like really flexible, powerful, deep tool for Go engineers to like build blockchains. And the Pylons SDK is like a super abstracted tool for mobile developers to build blockchain experiences. So, you know, they're very different. And so bringing people in and then sort of the process of explaining to them, well, the Pylons SDK is actually, it's really it's like a Flutter SDK, basically. It's for building a mobile game. Like you want to build, like, it's really easy to build blockchain experiences, and you don't have to spend all this time writing Go code and like, you know, building your own chain and all these things. And then a lot of the responses we got from the hackathon participants was like, but that's what I want to do. I want to write Go code and build my own chain. And like, you know, so, and so we really learned a lot about like how to talk about the project. There was a lot of communication with the teams where basically when people were interested, we sort of had to explain our stack again. So it was a fascinating, we got a lot of really cool submissions. We got a lot of like really interesting stuff built. And we, you know, we learned a lot about like sort of the mindset of the blockchain hacker and like how to communicate what Pylons is to like the kinds of people who show up at this hackathon. Yeah, I think that's sort of the basic core answer.
This was actually Pylon's first hackathon, right?
Oh, it's so our testnet went live like, you know, whatever, like 30 hours before the kickoff or something. Like it was, you know, it was really, this was not just our first hackathon, but really our first like publicly accessible network. You know, our SDK, we published our SDK like to the public right before the kickoff for the first time. You know, we opened up our wallet to just being downloadable on the Play Store by anybody, again, right before the kickoff. So this was really like not just our first hackathon, but our first sort of like moment in the public. And it was super exciting.
For sure. Now, let's talk a little bit about the projects which were submitted to your challenge. Is there anyone, without actually divulging the name, that impressed you in terms of like submission? And if you are able to say a few words about it, and why did you find it so special? Again, we are not adding names here. We're just reserving that for the winner's announcement. But overall, what did that particular project had special in comparison to other submissions to your challenge?
Well, I can start. I guess one submission that impressed us greatly was a scaffolding in the scaffolding challenge. So the author really analyzed and understood well the structure of Starport as a project, and the code that was submitted fit very well into the existing code base, which is something that you want to see from contributions to the project, right? You don't want contributions to be orthogonal to what you're building, right? But it should merge smoothly into existing code base. So that was great. And also the code analysis, like scaffolding depends on code analysis, and it's a pretty difficult challenge. And to see people kind of use innovations there was very inspiring, and it gave us a lot of ideas on how to implement this as features in Starport. And another submission in the plugins challenge really inspired because of the attention to the developer experience of people of developers working on plugins, right? So this was also something we really liked, because we are focused on developer experience, and to see that kind of attention from hackathon project is just so cool. So
Sure.
yeah.
Sure. Thank you. What about Sunny? Anything which stood up on your submissions? Any extraordinary idea that, I don't know, maybe you would like your team to explore the possibility to implement it further?
It's hard to say without using a name. I'm just going to say the name. You know, like there's one that I really like called Starrybot, which was a, you know, it was a sort of a Discord and Telegram bot that adds roles based off of like ownership of tokens, and it was cool because like they actually like, you know, they took an ADR that was in the Cosmos SDK that no one had really like implemented yet, which was how to do like signed messages from Kepler, and so you can go onto Kepler, you go onto their site, and you know, honestly, I think the thing that impressed me the most about it was just like how seamless the UX of it was, where it was very simple. Like you go on the Discord, you do a command, and it will like pop up a window. You connect your Kepler, you sign a message, and it wasn't like signing like a fake transaction. It was like, so that was the new ADR that they implemented, which was really cool. And just the user flow was just very smooth and simple, that I thought it was like, yeah, this is like sort of the UX that we need. And what's cool is it's also something that can be used by like any project, right? Where I think like building these communities around ownership of tokens, but like, you know, as NFTs become more popular in Cosmos, like building communities based off of ownership of specific NFTs. And I just think that this is a tool that will become more and more useful throughout the entire ecosystem. So that's I like those kind of things, especially.
For sure. Thank you for
Something
sharing.
that can be something that's like probably good, that can be reused by many people.
For sure. Michael, what about you?
I think it's really hard for me to talk about anything without being very specific. I mean, I think like the nature of what we're doing is that way. You know, I think I was really like, I was really inspired by people's sort of like willingness to like get into the code and like really like mess with stuff and try you know, try new things. So a lot of the things that people wanted to do were things that like, you know, weren't quite supported, and so, you know, people would get in there and work with us to like improve the SDK to support the thing, which is its own sort of submission, right? It's like we were like, build a game, and they were like, well, what if we improve your game platform? And then we were like, okay, that also is good. So I think yeah, I mean, I was impressed with sort of like the, you know, the willingness to bite off a big thing, a big piece of something, something new and different. And yeah, I don't know. That's sort of all I can say without being too specific.
For sure. Now, I have one last question for you all here. I know that talent acquisition is indeed a problem, and especially when you talk about developers, for a team to be able to find real talent and to be able to explore that further, that could be even like full-time hires or contractor agreements or grants, some sort of like grant in place. It's indeed challenging, and the people who have in-depth knowledge in this space is indeed a very short audience. So wanted to ask you, like, after you have viewed this project and the submissions, are you looking forward to maybe work with those teams in the future? Do you have something specific in mind? How do you see their path into Cosmos going forward after this hackathon? Because most of them are here and they want to know, okay, so maybe I'm one of the winners. What do I do next, right? How do I remain in the ecosystem? How can I be supported with my work, and how can I continue to contribute to this ecosystem?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm like really excited about like the talent that showed up at this hackathon. You know, we are hiring pretty aggressively right now. Primarily, we're looking for full-time people, people who want to work on Cosmos SDK stuff. So Go developers and also Flutter developers who want to work on our Dart developers who want to work on our tool chain for mobile apps. So, you know, both of those things, we're very happy to anybody who's interested in helping bring programmable digital property on the interchain into the hands of the whole world. You know, reach out on Twitter, on email, join my Discord, like say hi, let's talk, because we are, you know, we want to grow the team pretty aggressively, and this is, you know, this community is a really powerful community, the HackAtom community. So get in touch, let's go. We got so much to do, you know, we're all gonna make it, but yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Dennis, is Starport hiring?
Well, yes, Starport is definitely hiring, so we'll be opening new roles in early 2022, so after the holidays. But we also approached authors of the winning submissions, and we're looking forward to collaborating with them on implementing new features for Starport. So yeah, we had nice chats with them, and I'm looking forward to collaboration.
For sure. Thank you. Sunny, how is Osmosis doing?
Yeah, we are definitely looking forward to working with some of the projects. You know, I already know that one of the projects that started building on as the hackathon project is already planning on sort of building a startup around it. So that's like, you know, really exciting. And so, you know, the best is when you can have like hackathon projects eventually turn into entire projects in their own right, which is kind of how Osmosis started as well. And so it's cool to see that, like, okay, there's more stuff coming like that. And then yeah, you know, some of the folks that like one of them built like cool integrations to the front end. So, you know, love to take some of that work and generalize it so we can add into more front ends, and, you know, maybe we even hire someone. This is a great hiring opportunity to like bring people on to help build out more cool features on the front end.
For sure, for sure. Well, yeah, that were most of my questions that I wanted to go in depth with each of you. And thank you all for participating to this event. I really hope that the experience you had and the project that were submitted to your challenge are going to remain active players in our ecosystem, and are going to contribute to the further growth of the Cosmos as a whole. So looking forward to that, looking forward to expand the developers community. And to everyone who is watching here, we have room for all of you in our ecosystem. Just go and apply to the challenge, the project that you're most passionate about. People are looking forward to hearing from you and to have your contributions going forward. Thank you for joining. It was a real pleasure, and see you all at the next HackAtom.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Adriana.
Of course. Thank you so much, everyone. So now I want to invite on stage Vale, who has been my partner in crime for this HackAtom. Together with a lot of people from marketing department, design, ecosystem development, engineering. We couldn't do this entire event without their help, and we want to appreciate their high contribution. Please meet Vale. give her a warm welcome. She has been at the forefront of this event, and we are so happy to have her work on this amazing HackAtom event, and looking forward for the next one. Vale, want to say a few words about yourself?
Hello, everyone. I have had the pleasure of being in contact with all of you throughout this month. It all started from Berlin, Lisbon, and a whole month of virtual events full of workshops, interactions, AMAs. It was a great experience for us organizing and to seeing you building and growing. And we really hope that we can keep this ecosystem improving and connected and together as a community. So I guess you're all waiting for hearing the results, and
all right.
Again,
so the moment everyone has been waiting for. We are going to make turns in presenting the winners, because as you know, we had 7 categories, 25 challenges. So our purpose here is to go through all of the categories, all the challenges, and present the winners to each. Me and Vale will take turns, and hopefully if you are here in the room with us, please say hi in the chat if you hear your name from the winners. And we're looking forward to having you on stage as one of the winners in our last part of the event, which is the winners fireside chat. That being said, Vale, you have the mic.
Okay, great. Let's begin. Starport. As you know, we had a few challenges on Starport. I'm going to announce the winners for code scaffolding and a plugin system. So for code scaffolding, first place, we had AST walking around Starport, and for second place, code scaffolding in Starport with AST analysis and mutation. For a plugin system, we had first place Starport plugin systems. And in fact, we decided that there were so many great collaborations and Kickstarters. So therefore, we've actually added more pricing for a few of the projects. So the code scaffolding team, the challenge was asking for a string place order being present in modules and flies, and place order works, but in another solution that was found. And the first winner was AST walking around Starport. Jim, Dimitri, I know that you actually told me that you would like to be called for both names. You're the winning entry in this category, and it was an impressive and excellent work that was done. Building ASTs for both the protobuf language files and the Go files, and manipulating them in a manner that it inserted elements as required. And the second winner was code scaffolding in Starport with AST analysis and mutation by Isabella Muerte. So what we're going to do is going to take you through a demo
Hello, my name is Dimitris. I am from Greece, and this is my submission to HackAtom VI. Now, just going to jump into it because we don't have a lot of time. Everything I say is also going to be available on the README, where I've added notes on running, changes. We look for this call. We look for a call to new KV store keys. Now, this is a part of the public API of SDK, so we can sort of depend on it. We can know that nobody will alter this in some way. And we just append the new store key for our new module. We can add scope example with the keepers over here to initialize them. And yeah, another example, a new manager. We can just append things over here. We know new manager will exist. I mean, this changing would require a change in the API. So it will be something that a user won't do on his own. Now, protobuf files, for example, Genesis over here, the idea is basically the same. And what we basically do over here is we look for a message named Genesis state, and we append new fields to it. We add the import as required. And this depends on Genesis state being available inside the genesis.proto file. Again, if this wasn't available, then the code, of course, breaks. But you wouldn't expect a user to completely remove it or change it in some way. I don't even know if it would work that way. And if this is changed by some point by Starport, then it will be required the scaffolding code also gets updated. Now, how this is done? Let me see, I'm 2.5 minutes. So for Go files, I created a little library called protoutil. It contains a cursor which is similar to ASTutil cursor, and it allows us for finer grained control over the traversal of the tree and where to place new nodes. We have Creator, which allows for a more declarative way to create new proto nodes. For Go, I could have used AST and ASTutil, but they had some issues with comments, so I used DST and DSTutil. And they have basically the same API as AST and ASTutil. And over here, we have a couple of helpers for some common things that are used. Now, how it looks, I don't know what to do about this, to be honest. Let's find a proto file. Here we are. For query, what it depends on, the existence of a service named query. We look up the service, then we create a couple of RPCs and we append them to the service. Then we add a couple of messages, and we've also added some inputs. Pretty straightforward and easy to understand I believe. For singleton now, let's look at another, let's find a Go module, a Go file. That's testing. We don't have any. Perfect. Let's go into module, create, start date. Let's go into app modify start date, which is the main one. So yeah, we can add imports. We create new nodes with some helper utilities. We append to call args for this specific call. We create new fields, add the keep it declarations, append to call args. In general, it's the same thing. We look for some specific node in the file, and then we slightly alter it. Right, that's it. I don't think I have anything else to add. I don't have any more time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you, Dimitri, for the great demo that you just sent today in such short notice for us. We actually had excellent feedback from our judges for your submission. I'm now going to move to the second demo, which is going to be...
Hello, my name is...
On the AST mutation and analysis.
Hi, I'm Muerte, aka Prohisma, and this is a presentation on my solution for the HackAtom 6 Starport Code Scaffolding Challenge. Some of the goals of my project include remove the use of replacer in the scaffoldless command entirely, rely on modifying the AST in situ, aka mutation, without using regular expressions or special markers, and without losing comments that existed prior to editing the AST, implement AST mutation with several builder pattern types to make writing and reading this code simpler than just manually constructing AST nodes for complex AST objects. Use AST mutation for protobuf, Golang, and Vue. I've completed enough AST mutation code that scaffoldless could be used by others to refactor the scaffold map, scaffold singleton, and other commands to use AST mutation. Regarding the results, I'm happy to report that all the minimum requirements were met for the scaffold challenge. Additionally, replacer was fully removed internally from the scaffoldless command. AST mutation takes place entirely on an in-memory tree representation of the source code. Comment locations are preserved when modifying pre-existing files. The builder pattern is implemented for every construct required in Golang and most constructs in Protobuf. There is no builder pattern in Vue due to a lack of pre-existing technology. Code located in the scaffold list command can be used elsewhere, in some cases is, and can act as an example of a way to do things correctly. Lastly, invalid AST constructs report syntax errors early on. Some of the downsides to my solution, however, include Golang and Protobuf AST APIs used do not permit inserting a custom raw node, so API consumers cannot insert raw text. The development of a new library would be needed to allow this approach, as no other library in existence permits this, and would allow for a massive speed up in terms of performance and in-place mutation in source code. There are no partial parsers for Golang and Protobuf for turning code fragments into AST nodes for quick and easy insertion. Because this is a hackathon, there are some inconsistencies in the APIs that were written for this challenge. There is some mitigation of accidentally inserting a list with the same name twice, but not full mitigation. It is therefore not able to be relied upon. While generated code will be syntactically correct, it may not be semantically correct. So what's been added? First, there is a new mutate package located underneath the list command. This contains all the mutation sequences used to modify the list AST. There is the new protocode package, which contains builders, parser, and query API for Protobuf. And lastly, there is the Go code package, which provides the Golang builders, parser, and query API. Now it's time for a quick code walkthrough. Starting with the Go code package, there are a few things to note. Almost all code is commented with the exception of a few non-exported functions. Secondly, a primary goal of the AST builders was to try to imitate how a user would verbosely explain Golang code. For example, for each item element in GS, do the following. When defining underscore and OK to the index, if OK is true, then return format error f the following string. If the variable lm.id is greater or equal to a formatted variable name and it in count, then return the format.errorf string provided. Lastly, assign the index ID map with index lm.id to true. The Go code API also allows easily constructing structures by simply using a map of strings for field names and Golang literal values such as strings or numbers, as well as AST constructs for even other builds. As you can see here, we're creating an anonymous struct value with desk, valid, and genstate as field names, and then giving them actual values that are then converted into actual AST structure equivalents. Moving on to the protocode package, developers will see similar constructs. However, one thing to note is that adding fields to a message does not require users to manually know the sequence set within said package, as the API takes care of this for you. Lastly, I'd like to briefly go over what a typical modifier function looks like for Golang specific code now. Let's look at this Genesis function. The portion of open a file has not changed. However, we now feed this file into a mutation sequence, which takes care of parsing the file into an AST before applying said sequence. A mutation sequence is simply a list of functions that are applied to the AST in order and return an AST root or error. We then write said AST to a buffer before it is written back out to disk. This loop is generic enough that with some work, per file modifiers could execute in parallel through Go channels. However, I've run out of time to implement this. As we can see here, other functions follow this exact same format. Again, my name is Izzy Muerte, and thank you for watching.
Great. So we're on with a plugin system, which was to build a flexible plugin system that would allow developers to add functionality to Starport on the fly. And we have one special winner, Starport plugin system, Thomas, who has done a great work and joined its place for our first winner. Here is the demo.
Hello guys, this is a demo of my plugin system I've developed for the Starport challenge. On the left terminal, you have a very basic chain scaffolded with Starport. I'm going to add a plugin to it. Let's go to the config file, add these plugins. So it's a remote plugin from one of my repository. Very basic plugin that just prints the configuration. Let's run Starport. So Starport will fetch the plugin, compile it, and run it, which actually attach the plugin to the list of the commands. Here we go. So now there is a new command here. You can see prints the accounts found in configurations. Let's execute this command. You can see it works. It prints the account list of the configuration. So it just shows that the plugin can have access to your chain data. Let's move to something else. I wanted to demo the scaffold command. So you can scaffold a plugin with plugin scaffold command. You use a module name. Let's run it. It creates a folder and the main.go, and it gives you instruction about how to integrate your plugin in a chain. So you have local instruction. You can take that, go to your chain config again. At this part, run Starport again. So this time it will detect the plugin is not compiled, it will compile it. And we now have this new command here. Let's run it. We can see something different. So if we go to the source, the default source scaffolded, you can see plugins needs to implement two commands, two methods. The commands method, which describes the list of the commands you attach to Starport. You can have subcommands like this one. That's why here we are add list delete, and we have add list delete here. And the execute command, which is called by Starport when the command is executed. So let's remove the subcommands and run the command again. So the cool thing is Starport detects the source as change and recompiles the plugin. And here we can see there's no subcommand. The execute command is invoked immediately because there are no subcommand anymore. So I think this is cool for developers because you can update your code and test it on the chain almost immediately. That's all for me. Thanks for listening.
So I'm going to pass on to Adriana now for the Earth category.
All right. So Earth, we had some very interesting projects which were submitted here. And in this category, we had three main challenges and teams that have participated. Region Network, Juno, and Stakefish, and also IXO. And I'll go through each of them and to present the winners of each challenge. All right, so on the region side, we have the first place won by Geospatial Data Oracle for Cosmos, and the second place for Allocation Engine Opten. For Grandfish and Juno, we have the first place won by Wind Project. For the Earth Crisis Challenge, we have IXO Assistant Playground for the first place, and Our Remarkable Project for the second place. And for the Earth Tokens Challenge, we have the first place Arbiter DAO and the second place Bowling Network. And now I'll go in through each of them, but before that, we have a surprise here. We initially announced that we are going to have one Grand Prix prize for the teams that are going to tackle multiple challenges inside one unique project. And we were so happy to see that not only we had one, but we had two very excellent projects which qualify for that. And we made an exception, and we actually allocated two Grand Prix for these two projects. And those are Arbiter DAO and Geospatial Data Oracle for Cosmos. So congratulations, both of you. You are also the winner of the Grand Prix prize. Now, let's go into region. So region challenge was for the HackAtom was to bridge ecosystem credits into the interchain overall ecosystem. They acquired the implementation of IBC, which should have allowed users to move these new types of ecological credits and assets across different blockchains. Now, as I mentioned before, we have two winners here, Geospatial Data Oracle for Cosmos, Kennedy Nganda, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, is the first place winner. And second place, Allocation Engine Opt-in by Gottshua and Manuel Richter. Just to tell you a few words about each project, Geospatial is actually a Chainlink Oracle that provides Cosmos apps with geospatial data for Cosmos blockchains. And the second prize, the Allocation Engine, is actually allows users to endow, to vote, and spend in the network, supporting like real Earth value in the Cosmos ecosystem. So congratulations to both winners, and we hope to see what they have been going to build further. And now let's go through their presentation videos for people to get a feel about their projects and to understand them better. The first one,
hello guys.
Geospatial data.
My name is Kennedy Nganga, and I'm the founder of Shamba. Shamba is a startup based in Nairobi, Kenya, with a team of 8 people that is building the infrastructure and the platform to support real-world parametric DeFi solutions. So the first thing that we are providing as Shamba is a data oracle within the Chainlink network that provides climate and geospatial data. Secondly, we are building tooling to enable developers and enterprises use this data in their solutions. So our tooling allows anybody who wants to build decentralized solutions to easily include this kind of geospatial data into their solutions without having to struggle into how to codify it. So to this end, we have developed 2 tools during the hackathon. The first tool is a tool that is meant to help people explore the data. We recognize that a lot of the people who might be coming to use this geospatial data might not be familiar with it or might not have had prior experience with it. For this reason, we have built a tool known as Shamba Insights that allows you to get insights about your area of interest using geospatial data. On this tool, you can be able to specify your area of interest through either drawing an area or specifying its administrative boundaries. You can specify a theme, something like precipitation, fire, temperature, or some other theme. You can then be able to specify the data set that you need and the date range that you need. And once you click submit on such a selection, it will lead you to this map whereby it opens 2 things. First of all, it opens this graph. It is a time series graph that shows you for the area that you've selected, how the parameter you've selected has changed over time. So if you're looking at a parameter like precipitation, you can be able to specify your area of interest and see for an arbitrary duration of time how this parameter has been changing. You can also be able to interact with this graph. This graph is interactive and allows you to be able to specify a particular point in time and see what the actual value was that was recorded for that point. In addition, you can also be able to select an image within the data range that you specified. And what we do is we plot for you a map showing you the area and how that particular data set looks like over that area. We provide you with a graph that shows you the areas that were high, low, and medium for that particular data set in that area of interest. And basically with this tool, you can be able to explore your data, you can be able to explore your area, and you can be able to explore different satellite data sets and find out what works best for your area. Once you've been able to determine the particular data set and metric that you want to use in your area, we have built this second tool that allows you to capture all of that data and specify it in a smart contract. On this tool, you can come and specify your area of interest by drawing it on a map. This will generate some GeoJSON code that captures that area of interest. You can come and put in the different parameters that you've been able to ascertain from the Insights tool. You can put in the data set that you're interested in by specifying its code. You can specify the band that you're interested in, the scale, and the date duration. And once you click submit on this, then it generates a code under this tab. And this code is generated in such a way that you can be able to use it. You can be able to copy it and put it into your smart contract. And your smart contract will then be able to use this geospatial data to be able to execute some function. So what we provide is some boilerplate code that has the specifications that you've been able to set in. And these specifications can basically capture your area of interest, the data set that you're interested in, the metric that you're interested in, the thresholds that you're interested in, and basically all of that is generated into code that you can then take and go forward to customize and extend to suit your application. So as Shamba, we are building a platform that is going to allow decentralized applications for the real world to become mainstream. One of the things that we want to do is to be able to support applications such as insurance, applications such as environmental stewardship, environmental and social governance projects, and also some new kinds of financial products that are based on environmental data. We are looking at products relating to commodity markets, carbon markets, and other markets. With the Shamba platform, developers will be able to build a wide range of products, and we are building the data and the tools to enable them to do that. In addition, enterprises will be able to tap into a lot of what the developers have built and be able to instantiate products in the real world. So Shamba Dynamic aims to make parametric real-world decentralized solutions mainstream, and we are happy to be getting into this industry at this time when it is starting to grow. Thank you.
Grandfish and Juno Challenge. For this, both teams, Juno and Grandfish, teamed up and requested for a state of the planet type of a project that required to build a module, accessible apps and integrations for everything around local currencies, self-sovereign identity, non-fungible impact tokens, verification oracles, decentralized impact exchanges, and also Earth intelligence data. We have a first place winner for the Grandfish and Juno Challenge, and that is the Wind Project by Ethan Frey, MP and Milan Steiner.
The two greatest problems facing humanity today
Perfect.
are environmental destruction, which is destroying the very basis of our existence, as well as a lack of any effective social coordination to stop that destruction. What we attempt to do here is leverage remote sensing data and DeFi technology in order to produce a new decentralized impact investment which can scale up much quicker. We can imagine protecting the Indonesian rainforest. Local groups can pledge to protect their rainforest, and you can, an investor, invest in various groups that you believe will best protect that forest. After 2 or 5 years, the value of the protection, whether it was succeed or not, is evaluated from decentralized oracles using environmental data and satellite sensing, and the results of that are fed back to you returns on your investment. In that way, the environmental logic are there. We harness people's desire to earn money with the desire to protect the environment and effectively fund local groups based on results. In this example, we used air quality, carbon monoxide measurements, because waiting for forest to change is way too long for a demo in this case. Without further ado, I want to show you our demo. The Wind platform is deployed as a series of smart contracts on the Juno Uni testnet. If you install Kepler app and go to windex.io, you can try out the application today. Arriving on the site, you'll see a faucet that will give you money. You can try it out. When you proceed, you'll see a graph of the United States, color-coded. Yellow being lower carbon monoxide pollution, and red being higher carbon monoxide pollution. We group the data into hexagons so we can combine multiple measurements over time and space. When you click on one hexagon, you will see a graph of the historical values of carbon monoxide in that region. When you make an investment, you are betting that the future value is going to be lower than the current value. The data currently is rather noisy, and this is fed directly from the European Space Agency satellite data. We are going to do more work in the future to normalize it, to smooth it out, so there's not so much noise, variation get off, but really can get benefits from long-term changes. If you look at your investments, when the contract reaches maturity after 2 days in this testnet or 2 months or 2 years in a real platform, you will get a result based on whether the final value after your investment hits maturity is below or above the current value at start. If it went down over the time of the investment, you gain money. If it went up, you lose money.
ISO has put a challenge for Earth tokens under the Earth category. And they said that what they're interested more is for use cases and purpose of sustainable social economic development, everything which tackles climate action and ecological regeneration. Let's see some of their winners. First place, Arbiter DAO. I'm hoping I'm not going to be so off with the names here. Chan Ji-woon Park, Jungwon Tony Yoon, and Jong Ji-young Yu. And for the second place, we have Boli Network, team formed by Hil Al-Agil, Evangelos Papas, Roman Akhtaryev, Mood, Sudhi Srinivasan, and Mohammed Sadhom.
Hello and welcome. We are Team Sapiens from Korea, and over the past 2 weeks, we have developed Arbiter DAO, protocol-owned liquidity for region track. So what is Arbiter DAO? Arbiter DAO is the actual first Olympus DAO, claim DAO fork in the Cosmos ecosystem. It applies the concept of protocol-owned liquidity in Olympus DAO to the carbon market, utilizing IBC to secure carbon credits and start a movement for the environment. For any of you who don't know Olympus DAO, so how does this work? Unlike any other DeFi protocols that rents liquidity from the users, Arbiter DAO buys and owns the liquidity of carbon credits from the users in return for the discounted governance token, ARB. The protocol still benefits from selling discounted ARB tokens since an ARB is backed by a single carbon credit. The profit from selling ARB tokens then goes to the stakers as the high APY yield. So why is Arbiter DAO important? Arbiter DAO is designed to be a sovereign Cosmos chain built using Cosmos SDK. It uses native governance token ARB, which is algorithmically backed by carbon credits. With the protocol absorbing the carbon credit using the Olympus DAO model, it also contributes towards building a healthier Earth. Now, that was all the theory. Let's move on to a short demo. Hey all, welcome to the demo session. Hello and welcome. We are Team Sapiens from Korea, and over the past 2 weeks, we have developed Arbiter DAO, protocol-owned liquidity for region track. So what is Arbiter DAO? Arbiter DAO is the actual first Olympus DAO, claim DAO fork in the Cosmos ecosystem. It applies the concept of protocol-owned liquidity in Olympus DAO to the carbon market, utilizing IBC to secure carbon credits and start a movement for the environment. For any of you who don't know Olympus DAO, so how does this work? Unlike any other DeFi protocols that rents liquidity from the users, Arbiter DAO buys and owns the liquidity of carbon credits from the users in return for the discounted governance token, ARB. The protocol still benefits from selling discounted ARB tokens since an ARB is backed by a single carbon credit. The profit from selling ARB tokens then goes to the stakers as the high APY yield. So why is Arbiter DAO important? Arbiter DAO is designed to be a sovereign Cosmos chain built using Cosmos SDK. It uses native governance token ARB, which is algorithmically backed by carbon credits. With the protocol absorbing the carbon credit using the Olympus DAO model, it also contributes towards building a healthier Earth. Now, that was all the theory. Let's move on to a short demo. Hey all, welcome to the demo session. So this is the main page of Arbiter DAO. As you can see, we've forked mostly Olympus DAO's main UIs. It has the same functionality, mainly two, bonding and staking. Throughout this demo session, we're going to go over one by one to check if it actually works and to get a better understanding of how it works. So prior to demo session, I've connected a testing account to Kepler. Right now, we have a good 500 ARB in the testing account and 99,000 green tokens. which is echo credit that has been IBC'd over from region. So let's start. So as previously explained, users can buy ARB at a cheaper price in return for echo credits. Right now, it displays that users can buy ARB at 41% discount in return for green tokens, which are echo credits for testing purpose. So I'm gonna try bonding like 1,000 green. And the vesting term is set to 20 blocks, which will be adjusted again when mainnet launch. So I'm gonna try bonding. Right, so TX succeeded, and let me try refreshing the page. So as you can see, the treasury balance has gone up to $12,000 because more green the echo credits are in the treasury, and a single ARB can back more carbon credits. Claiming ARB from bonding is linear, so the users can always claim partial rewards in their claiming session. As of now, and that was it for bonding. So let's now move on to staking. So in staking, we have like mainly three UIs. Oops, the rebase is just happening now. The APY, the total value staked in the treasury, and time until rebase. For time until rebase, it's set to format now for testing purposes, but for mainnet launch, it's going to be probably 8 hours. APY gets adjusted every rebase according to how many people staked and following the inflation that came from bonding. So I've previously staked 2,000 ARBs already. I'm gonna try staking another like 500 ARBs just to see if I can get the rewards, the high APY that's existing on the next rebase. Okay. Right, so TX succeeded. Cool. Now let's wait until rebase happens to see if this is actually happening.
A few moments later.
Okay, so 10 seconds until rebase. Let's see if this actually works. See. So I had 25,000 before, but now I have 13,000 ARBs. As we can see, I've successfully got my reward from staking. Yeah, so I think Arbiter DAO is a great protocol that forks Olympus DAO to secure more echo credits in Cosmos ecosystem using region echo credit module. And I think as time goes on, echo credits will flourish more and more in the Cosmos ecosystem. Yeah, so that was it. Let's go back to the presentation. So why does this have to happen in Cosmos, not anywhere else? At this very moment, I can proudly assure that Cosmos ecosystem is the most suitable place to build an Olympus DAO fork among any other chains existing. So the existing problem with Olympus DAO or Klima DAO was that it could only handle limited assets due to restrictions in chain, such as coin type. As time goes on, more carbon credits would start getting on chain, and it wouldn't make sense if all carbon credits started existing here and there across different chains. However, within Cosmos, this problem gets removed with the power of IBC. IBC allows all different tokens of carbon credits from different chains to come together as one in one chain as a hub. Also, as seen in the demo, with the utilization of Region's Echo Credit module to build Echo Credits in any other Cosmos SDK-based chain, Echo Credits would start flourishing in the Cosmos ecosystem. So that's it. You can find our code and detailed explanation on GitHub as well. So make sure to check out. Thanks for your attention.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And now let's go into the second winner. presentation. This presentation is for the second winner, the Body Network, which designed a platform for communities to build their own independent digital economies and tokenize the local ecosystem. They have added some footnotes here to explain their projects. So hopefully this is helpful. We have to say that we have received submissions and teams participating from around the world. So maybe some of the participants didn't feel comfortable recording themselves. And this is a good alternative to present a demo by adding some notes to that for people to understand. Thank you so much. All right. This being said, let's go into the following challenges. All right. So IXO Earth Crisis Challenge winners. We have 2 winners here. IXO Assistant Playground by Will and Lohan. And the second prize winner, Our Remarkable Project by Kafta. I know we have a demo here, so I will just let Vale present one of the winners' demo.
Hello, this is a demo of the IXO Assistant Playground. And before going into that, I just want to show you what the IXO Assistant is. So the IXO Assistant is designed to work with the IXO ecosystem. And you should be able to click here and the assistant would pop up. But it isn't actually integrated into the app yet. But the idea would be that once I have a project and in that project, somebody has submitted some claims attesting to a state change that they've made related to that project. So that might be, like they're submitting evidence that say, yes, I've done this thing that the project is claiming to be doing. And then agents in the role of evaluator can review these claims. So here you can see there's a pending claim made against this project, and an evaluator needs to evaluate and approve it. And really, this is where the assistant comes in, right? So you want to click this button, and the assistant would pop up. And the idea is this is a chatbot that you can then use to pull in data from the outside world to help you evaluate these claims, help you evaluate the validity of the claims before you approve them. So what we created is a test environment we call Playground to help the development of custom actions that can be run from a chatbot. So the chatbot is a Rasa server, which is what IXO is using already. And we have a repo. You can pull it down. This all uses Docker Compose, so it's really easy to spin up. There's 4 services. There's the Rasa service, which does NLP processing and chatbot import. There's the action server, which actually is where you write your custom actions. There's the chatbot, which is the UI, and then a notebook playground for helping you, test out what your action should do in an easy interface. And basically, here it is. This is it running at localhost. You can open up the chatbot and you can start writing some messages. So we haven't actually implemented that many actions. What time is it? The action that we were mostly focused on was getting this Esri geocode to work, and didn't quite get there. But the idea is Esri can pull in map data from satellite images. So here you can see our Jupyter notebook interface is where we're testing out that flow. We think this is a really nice sort of playground environment where you can easily test out your actions and get them working before trying to integrate them into the IXO system. Thank you.
Perfect. We also have the second winner of the IXO challenge, but because they have sent over a very, very long demo, we will just link it here in the chat for people to take a look and to discover their solution and what they have built. Just a reminder on the IXO challenge, I haven't mentioned before, The purpose of the challenge itself put by IXO was to build and demonstrate applications that use the Internet of Impact, or any kind of like software components that add capabilities to the impact stack for preventing and responding to specific types of real-world Earth crisis events. As you know, IXO is also leading one of the regeneration programs, the Earth program, with Interchain Foundation and also Region Network and other participants in the network. So we're happy to see them participate in this hackathon and put out some challenges that address world crisis and solutions for Earth regeneration. That being said, we have finalized the Earth category with the participants here and the winners, and I'll hand over to Vale, who is going to introduce you to the winners of the gaming category.
Thank you, Adriana. So the gaming category, we had 2 sponsored challenges, Pylons and Secret Network. The winners are for Pylons, Crowd Control NFT Arena for first winner, and second place for Get Crypto Game. Secret Network, we've got Prisoner Games and Poker Joker DAO. Okay, so what we asked for Pylons Challenge was to build a decentralized virtual world with Cosmos SDK using Pylons SDK. And Crowd Control, including a great team of Patrick, Wheat, Andreas, Frankenberger, Anna Zhu, Nilsui, Faust, Niklaus Senvalas, I hope I have pronounced your name correctly, have got the first place where I will be showing the demo shortly, as well as Get Crypto Game got the second place for Dragos Rao and Eva Mikalakova.
Hi, welcome to Crowd Control NFT Arena presentation for the Hackathon in 2021. I'm Patrick, and I'm here together with Anna. We just want to guide you through our product. The main idea is here that you can upload your NFTs to the Pylons blockchain where our game is running. And by uploading an NFT from somewhere else, you can afterwards equip the NFT with items, with weapon and armor, and then fight against other NFTs.
So I'm gonna set up my account. I'm here on our website, nftarena.cc. In order to play the game, you have to create a wallet first. That's what I'm gonna do. Now that I've created this wallet, I'm going to go to upload NFT. I have uploaded now my NFT, and automatically I got redirected to my NFT hero page. Now we can add items. I don't own any items yet, so I'm going to go ahead and craft some. I will definitely need some armor.
There's a variety of items, so Anna does not know yet if she gets a dagger or a bow or a big greatsword or a spear. Then the character, the NFT, can equip different items, and it depends on the composition of items how the NFT will do in battle. So here we see now an axe, a javelin, and a big armor. It's like one of the heaviest armor. And the heavier your armor is, the slower you will be in fight, the more you will miss with hits. So you have decided to wear 2 weapons?
Yes, they're both one-handed weapons.
So if you have a 2-handed weapon, you can only wear 1. If you have a 1-handed weapon, you can wear a second one or a shield.
Okay, so let's go to arena.
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna press fight.
Prepare to get face stomped.
I'm enlisted now, and I'm gonna check the battle results. Oh, okay.
Oh, you already have a result. Nice.
Yeah, I beat you.
Oh, you have killed my El Risitas fighter.
It was good that I have 2 weapons.
Yes, I think it's good against my bow. I have a bow, and if you have 2 weapons, it's quite good as long as you survive my initial hit. So here is the text, the battle log, and it tells us that we pulled out our ranged weapons. So you take your javelin and I take my bow, and then we have a first hit before the real rounds even start. So having a ranged weapon gives you 1 free hit at the beginning. We both hit each other. Then I have the high initiative, so I get the first shot in the first round. I fail and miss. That's why it's epic fail written here. And then you also miss with both weapons. And afterwards, you start hitting me in round 3. You take down my HP to below 0, and I'm dead. You can also enchant your items. Then they get magical modifiers. And the idea would be to have stuff like poisoning weapons and freezing weapons, or maybe a life leech dagger and stuff like that, so that combat gets more diverse. You can have an insane variation of items and combinations. For the time frame of the hackathon, of course, we have only built 9 weapons and 5 different armor. If you want to get face stomped another time, come to battle. And everyone else, just try out our product. It will be online and it should be able to play for everyone. As long as you find a worthy opponent, you can go to the arena and fight.
And here we go for the second winner. Right. Thank you. That was great. We're now going to move on. The next challenge for Secret. Build a game on Secret network using Cosmosm, secret NFTs, and on-chain randomness. The next winners, Prisoner Games and Poker Joker demo are coming up. And I have to say, for Prisoner Games, we just had an amazing feedback from our judges regarding a very creative usage of privacy and randomness, something that's just not possible on public by default blockchains. Okay, here we go. Let's watch the video.
Hi, my name is Blake Regalia, and in this video, I'll be demoing a game that Ben Adams and I created for the Secret Network Challenge at the 2021 Cosmos HackAtom Hackathon. So Prisoner Games is a 2-player round-based strategy game inspired by the Prisoner's Dilemma. Players are given a secret color shape combination that is complementary to both their opponent's hand and the computer's hand. But one of the things that makes this game so interesting is that the objective can vary depending on the player's motives. So on one hand, you might choose to cooperate with your opponent in order to reach the next round. But will your opponent cooperate with you? Or on the other hand, you might choose to try and deceive your opponent in order to get them eliminated and claim their wager. But can you trust the information that they sent you? So the game begins by sending a 1 secret ante to the smart contract along with the command to join a new game. Here we will watch 2 players' screens side by side as they play simultaneously. Notice that they each received a secret color shape combination as well as a hint about what color or shape was omitted from the game. So as players choose what to tell their opponent, the smart contract performs some basic reasoning about those assertions. So for example, if a player submits a lie that their opponent would be able to prove is false, the game will instead reveal one of the offending player's secrets. The game will also prevent players from contradicting themselves during the second exchange of messages. Once both players have exchanged their assertions, then they must finally guess what the computer or their opponent has by logically deducing what is possible given the correctness of the information they received. Remember, since their opponent can lie, the player gets to choose whether to trust or distrust that information. Alternatively, a player can choose to abstain from guessing altogether. If both players abstain or tie, then they proceed to a special final round where they claim a reward, either a cash prize, jackpot of secret, or an NFT game asset power-up that can be used in future games to give them an advantage. The twist is that the players will only receive the rewards if they choose to claim different prizes. Thanks so much for checking out our project. We hope that this game helps highlight the awesome potential for decentralized gaming on the Secret Network. We can't wait to see what the future holds for secret gaming.
Wow, that was fantastic. Really fun. Let's go to the second winner now.
Hey guys, this is the Poker Joker DAO team presentation for HackAtom, specifically for the Secret Network Challenge. In this MVP, we have the DAO contract that is actually coupled with one of the games that we support. It's a dice game. It's pretty fun. It utilizes the randomness of the Secret Network. And you play this with the assets that is on an NFT contract, and it has specific metadata that supports the game. So why did we design this? At the beginning of the hackathon, we came up with a simple game to demonstrate sort of the value and aligning with the utility of NFTs. So the game needs to be able to reward the players for their skills and also store the skills in the asset. And then having this NFT with sort of a skillful history, you could have more utility. For example, in a dice game, the more the dice has won, the higher the bet you could place. So the potential value of winning is correlated with the NFT itself. So then we were like, okay, well, like, how do we get more people on board with sort of the fee grants of the new Cosmos SDK? Gas fee isn't really the reason to stop people playing now. So we were thinking maybe initially we could have something that creates these NFTs. We thought that the DAO could be able to mint these initial NFTs, and then the NFTs could be immediately sort of collateralized. And so then the players would have some tokens to play with. And in the case that they win, they could now go back and sort of uncollateralize their NFTs. And then in this process, the player would then basically just need a wallet to start. And then finally, what we really wanted is sort of a fair game platform. So something that you don't just walk in and the odds are already against you. So you're playing against other people and the game is pretty fair. And that you could pick what games the DAO could support and also other governance. So let's go to the demo. Here is the web application interface. We also have a CLI for the collateralization. First of all, we connect to the wallet. With this initial off-chain signature, a permit is created so then we can view the assets belonging to this owner. Cool, so this player has two different dice set. You can see that because of the experience level of the sets are different, the max bet is also different. Let's choose this dice set to create a new game, placing the maximum of the base bet possible. Here is a game and we want to switch to someone else to play against our player. Great. Great, so now we've been taken away from the DAO and we've joined a dice game. So let's throw the first dice. Now we've got to wait for our other player. Great, now the opposition has thrown their dice. We're now winning with 2 pairs. Now the decision is sort of, do we want to bet another base dice amount in order to rethrow 1 dice? Maybe this one here, they would probably rethrow with the higher score. So we're going to do that. That was quite rewarding. So let's see what they do. Well, okay, it looks like that paid off pretty well. So we could now collect our winnings. Let's do that. You can now see that the balance has been updated, and also the experience level of the dice that we play with has also been updated. So what's next? We want to be able to implement the shielded version of the dice game. Furthermore, you can look at the GitHub issues. And if you have any questions, you can get us on Discord. Thank you.
All right, great. So for Ethereum on Cosmos.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So Ethereum on Cosmos, we had 2 projects participating here, Bisong and Evmos. We have 2 winners for the Evmos challenge, and you'll see that throughout the presentations and the winners announcements. But for the challenges that their submission did not have the project to be like sufficiently good enough to meet the minimum viable criteria, we weren't able to have winners for those challenges. So that's why for some of the categories, you'll see that some winners are missing to some challenges because of that. Those submissions were not meeting the minimum viable judging criteria according to the judges that have looked over those. Now, Evmos challenge. The purpose of the Evmos challenge was to, you all know Evmos, right? The hub of the AVM hub of Cosmos. They're actually running an incentivized testnet right now, and they're planning to launch the mainnet very, very soon, next year. So they wanted to make it easy for smart contracts to deploy and communicate within the Cosmos ecosystem. So let's see who the winners are for the Evmos challenge. All right, so first place, we have Evmos.me by Guillermo Paoletti. And this first winner actually built a wallet that allows users to interact with the Evmos blockchain using MetaMask and Kepler. And the reason why it is so innovative is because it supports the interaction with the interlayer module, ERC20, IBC vouchers, and Cosmos tokens. And we have a note here from the judge that has reviewed the submissions, saying that in their opinion, this project is actually the first wallet that allows users to natively convert ERC20 to Cosmos coins, therefore allowing ERC20 pairs to be created, for example, in dexes like Osmosis or Gravity Dex. So definitely something very innovative with this project, and it deserves the first place. The second place goes to Evmos Balancer by Maxim Sultakov, where this project actually introduces a battle-proven Balancer Bronze release to the Evmos ecosystem. What actually Evmos Balancer is that type of off-the-shelf stack for rapidly prototyping DeFi protocols on Evmos that give developers the access to state-of-the-art core functionality of Balancer without non-essential features such as advanced gas optimization. As you all know, for now, the DevPost gallery is open for the HackAtom event. So if you want more details about each project, please go there. Now, let's go into the videos and the demos of the winning projects. And Vale will help me with that. Thank you so much. And the second one.
Hi, my name is Maxime and I represent Dare to Defy team from St. Petersburg, Russia. Today I'll give you a brief overview of what we've done as part of HackAtom Evmos track. We ported Balancer to Evmos. Balancer is a well-known automated market-making solution from the Ethereum world. It allows users to create pools with several digital assets and give any percentages to these assets. Or alternatively, users can just choose to invest in someone else's pool. And our goal is to enable Evmos users to do the same. So let me show what we did. So now we can see a front end. It allows to swap different tokens. So let me show. Yeah, I've got my MetaMask connected. Yeah, so here is my balance. It's connected to Evmos network. I've got some photons and 3 test tokens. Okay, so let's say I wanna swap token 2 for token 3. So let's see that it works. Let's make sure. Yeah, so now I have, okay, let me exchange a little more. My current balance, of token 2 is 9867. So let me, from the swap, okay, confirm. Now we'll see that the transaction, yeah, transaction finished successfully. By the way, there is a view order routing. For testing purpose, we have only one pool now, so it's direct exchange in one pool, but there is sophisticated logic in Balancer that allows to swap tokens between several pools as well. Yes, so let's check that. Let's check that. Okay, assets. Yeah, now we can see that the balances were updated properly. Yeah, so that's what was done basically.
Perfect. Well, with this last demo, we end up the category for that, and I want to hand over to Vale to present the winners of the DeFi category.
Okay, thank you. So for DeFi, we had a few challenges. The one we had challenges from Tendermint, Kava, and Key Foundation, as well as Osmosis. We again didn't receive the submissions that were meeting the minimum viable criteria for judges. The one that actually got a winning prize was for the Osmosis challenge. So build something cool with Osmosis, and bonus points if you incorporate an ion. And the first place goes to Osmosis semi-auto compound, and second place was going to classic trading. Osmosis semi-compound was Manuel Richter, and the second place, classic trading, was going to Ping Ping Dingy and Edward Gunawan team. And now we're going to watch the demo.
We actually have Manuel here in the crowd. Maybe if he wants, we can invite him to say a few words, because I know the video has no sound. Manuel, if you're up to it. If not, we'll wait for you in the fireside winners chat. For sure. Vale, you're muted if you want to say something. But
so next one, I'm just about to play the second winner. Here you are.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ping.pub, a one-stop platform for all Cosmos-based blockchains. Before we start, I highly recommend you check out the site. There's a lot of things you can do, there's a lot of things you can monitor, and all the Cosmos blockchains are here. So for our project, there are currently 300 million cryptocurrency users around the world. Many of them might not have understood yet about liquidity pools and swaps. Many of them might prefer to trade on the classical trading interface. And all these things are potentially friction towards adoption. And so with these frictions removed, how many more users might be trading on the Osmosis network? How many more of these users can easily discover Cosmos-based tokens? So we ultimately asked, how would it look like if a user could buy and sell cryptocurrencies on the Osmosis network without having to understand liquidity pools? Now that the Osmosis mainnet is live, we're able to add a new function to ping.pub, simply trades. So if you scroll down here and you find Osmosis on the menu and we expand it, you'll see that there's a new function here, trades. So let's take a look. We created price charts for all the trading pairs, and the user can switch between these pairs without changing views. We believe this is a smoother and better trading experience for a trader. Price charts are important because when a trader buys or sells, they do so wanting to take consideration of the broader market action. And so we made sure to put this price chart next to the trading widget. All right, so you decide whether you want to buy or sell atoms, which you can do so here. In our case, we will sell atoms to buy Osmos. It's really easy to deposit into your balance. You just have to click over here, which I'll do so now. Beside the address, we'll input amount. You can also enter the fees here, and if you have any gas amounts you prefer or memo you have to add it, you can also do that there. Finally, I'm going to choose Kepler, then we send and approve, and the transaction is sent. We'll have to wait a little bit for the balance to show up. So the balance has arrived. So now we have 2 atoms here, and we're ready to trade. So we input the quantity to trade. The dollar amount will appear, as well as the Osmo amount that will be converted into. You can assign your slippage tolerance here. I will do 1%, and I will be using the Kepler. Now, as you can see, at this moment, trading is not yet available, but it will be open soon. So that's it for our presentation today. We're really excited to see how this kind of UI UX can improve adoption into the Osmosis network and Cosmos ecosystem. And thank you for your time. If there's any questions, please do reach out to us. Again, thank you.
Right. Thank you for the great work. And now I pass on to Adriana for interoperability.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So for this category, we had different teams put out challenges. We had teams from Pylons, from Agoric, SwiftChain, Akash, and Sentinel. Also, this is one of the categories which was like most challenging. And because of that, some of those projects here that submitted different submissions to this category, unfortunately did not meet the minimum viable judging criteria to be added as winners. But we do have some winners for this category, and the lucky winner from all these teams is Akash. So Akash had some great submissions which met all criteria and were scored highly by the judges. The first place for the Akash challenge goes to Cosmos Omnibus, Akash Interoperability, and the second prize goes to Akash Cosmos Omnibus Evolution. And now I want to remind everyone about what was the challenge about Akash that the team has put forward. And what did the participant actually had to do? So what they have requested the hackers was if they were able to develop everything around container images, SDL files, and readme.dm documentation, which was needed for running node chains from Cosmos chains that are currently in the repository as they're currently available or not there. The first prize, the Cosmos Omnibus, was by Pranjal Paliwal, and the second prize was by Marius Avram. And now we'll go into some of the projects, what they have built. Before that, I have a comment from one of the judges here, and a few words about each of the submissions. So regarding the first prize, the Cosmos Omnibus, what the judges said that the quality of the work by the Pranjal Paliwal was outstanding. And the way the person troubleshoots some very non-obvious issues to make the chain work was outstanding. So congratulations again, Cosmos Omnibus winner, for presenting a great project to the Akash Challenge. What actually this project allows is to, as I said before, run Cosmos nodes on Akash. And as more chains will be added to the project, and the development and contribution process to Omnibus will continue, this process will also be improved. The second winner, the Akash Cosmos Omnibus Evolution, is actually a project which extends the support for running Cosmos SDK powered validated nodes for the Akash network. The way the project works is that it defines a Docker file that is generic and suitable to build projects which are derived from Tendermint BFT. Now, without further ado, let's go into their demo presentation of Cosmos Omnibus, first winner, and then Akash Cosmos Omnibus Evolution, second winner. And Vale will help me with that. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, so this is a demo for HackAtom 6 for my submission for the Interstellar Akash track. For this challenge, like the state, like the problem statement was to contribute more and more chains to the of Cosmos Omnibus repository by Akash, where the deployments of Cosmos nodes to Akash network dcloud is very easy. So like there are like default template SDL files which you can use here to directly create deployments on the Akash network, and like the life is much easier. And there are also Docker Compose files if you want to run a Docker node locally. There are like pre-default set which are good. So I'll just quickly demonstrate it to keep it short. For example, let's say if I want to deploy a checked node on on a network, what I can do is I can just copy this raw Akash SDL file from the Cosmos Omnibus repository, and what we need to do then is to use the Akash Lytics deployment tool, which has like a lot of templates, but we can just go ahead and paste the raw SDL files. You can configure parameters here, like you can put more UAKT for the deployments. This is the way. So I could just call it checked node, and I'll just create deployment, and I need to approve some transactions to create to create this deployment. To accept, first of all, we need to accept bids from the participating nodes, and once some provider is willing to accept our deployment, then we can deploy it there. Yeah, it's done in a decentralized manner, and it's a great alternative to centralized cloud-based products like AWS. So we're just waiting for a bit. Once it's done, we can just confirm it and deploy our node. Yep, so we can see here, I can just approve it, and that should deploy my node here. Yep, it's done. Like it's that easy to deploy for any of the Cosmos based chain. So I can see in the deployments, like this deployment should show up now, and this is the way you can deploy nodes directly easily, Cosmos nodes easily with Akash network using Omnibus. Thanks.
Perfect. And now let's go to the second winner.
As part of the cache challenge, I will demonstrate how to run a validator node, any validator node from the Cosmos Omnibus project. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will pick Panacea. So if you go to the cache documentation site, you will find pretty easily a web tool that allows you to deploy a deploy YAML file. I already have it open here. This is connected with my web wallet, Kepler. If I go to my deployments, it's not having anything at the moment. I also need to have an active certificate here for it to work. If you follow the steps, you'll find all the information needed. So I go to the deploy file of Panacea. I select raw for easy copy paste, and I copy paste the file here. I'll make a few changes. I will remove the snapshot JSON because I want to have the RPC port available as soon as possible for the short duration of this video. And also I will lower the hardware requirements to make the lease happen quicker. So the wallet will ask me to approve the transaction. I'm approving the transaction and waiting for some bids. Once the lease has ended, I receive back an answer from the network that says to me that I have the app available on this endpoint. This doesn't specify any port, and this is so because I am exposing the 26657 as the 80 port, which is the default hash port. Okay, so I'm copying this. Let's open a new tab and try the link. The link won't work right away. So as we can see, the validator node started to pick up speed. And if I select the first endpoint, I will see block height is increasing. And the last block hash is different, which is good. It means the validator is running and will soon be able to join the Panacea network.
Perfect. And with that, we have ended the category that we have presented, the interoperability one. And I will hand it over to Vale to present the winners for the end user apps, which is actually the last category before the community prize announcement. So Vale, you have the mic.
Thank you. So end user apps, we had great sponsors, NIM, Injective, Archway, and Litecoin. And here are the winners. NIM Challenge, we had both first place, NIM Drive, second place, NIM The Eternity Service 2.0, Litecoin ISCN Wallet, second place, SnapBlock. Archway Challenge, first place, Flea Archway NFT Market, second place, NFTX. Injective Challenge, we had a second place, Magnetar. Okay, so what was the NIM Challenge? It was to create a NIM service provider application which offers cloud file storage and a GUI where users interact with the service provider, all via a NIM Mixnet. So the first winner, NIM Drive, Salil S. We had great feedback from the judges that this was a really impressive hackathon entry. And the service provider runs in both hosted and self-hosted mode, where the judge himself was able to relatively easily set up his own IPFS bucket keys and run the supplied NIM service provider himself based on it. This is a great achievement and well done. Kudos from the judges. And the second winner, NIM, The Eternity Service 2.0, Marius Avram, one more time. So this is a big congratulations to you, Marius. You've actually won 2 times. Second win, both in Akash and NIM. It's a great applaudable achievement. Well done. So now we're gonna go to the demos. Here we go.
Hi all. This is a quick presentation on NIM Drive. NIM Drive is a decentralized and privacy-friendly alternative to Dropbox or Google Drive. So it's basically a cloud file storage, and all the files are end-to-end encrypted, and they are uploaded through the privacy-friendly NIM Mixnet. And once the files reach the server or service provider, they are stored in IPFS. So it's essentially a privacy-friendly, secure, and decentralized file storage solution. You can choose to share your files with other named drive users or sync them between multiple devices you have. You don't need to register or provide any personal data to use this one. If I open named drive from here, it basically looks like a file manager or finder in the Mac, and then I can upload files by dragging and dropping here. So if I put this one, this file is encrypted and the hash is calculated and sent to the server. Once it's stored in IPFS, the status will change into stored. Yeah, it's stored now. I can download it for viewing later, and there's an option to delete the local copy, delete the server copy, and also to share with other named drive users by getting their address. And you can also organize your files into multiple folders. So yeah, you can put files here, yeah, you can. It basically behaves like a regular file manager. And if somebody shares a file with you, you can see under this share with me folder. You can also share files publicly, which are not encrypted. And you can maybe favorite your folder for quick access. So it behaves like a regular file manager. Other option is to sync multiple devices you own. So let's say if I have another device which is running Ubuntu and I have an invite for Linux open here. And if I add an existing device and give the address of the device running in my Mac, and I submit it, a request will be sent here to upload the new device. And if I do this, all existing files will be copied here, and I can the encryption keys and everything is transferred here, and I'm able to download and view this file. This works like a two-way thing. So, for example, if I was to create a new folder, something like Ubuntu, for example, and like put some files here. It seems on both ways. So you can see the folder I created from Ubuntu, and once this file is stored, it will come to this device as well. So yeah, that's how it works. And thanks for listening.
And now next one.
For the NIM challenge submission,
I created the desktop application GUI that allows you to send encrypted files via the NIM network, which are saved locally by a listening service provider. The service provider is running here in the background. I have two clients, one for the GUI and one for the server or the service provider. I will, if I go to encrypted files, I don't have any files for the moment. I'll pick some files, some simple text files. Okay, so one file was uploaded apparently. Let's pick another one for just for the sake of it. Okay, the second one was also uploaded. Let's download first one. I press here and I save it. I will just keep the MD5 sum as the name. Okay, and I have the second one too. Okay, I downloaded the files. Let's go on the server a bit and we'll see. We have the uploads here. If we open them with a text editor, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, undescribable things, which is good because an attacker or third party won't be able to see it. Let's also delete file. Okay, so apparently it worked. It deleted the file from the uploads directory. So going a bit more into details, these are the files I tested. So initially they had this text into them. just some random text I was thinking about, and these are the downloaded files, which is quite similar. I mean, it's the same. It should be the same, of course, for binary data. Here I just set some files, but some text files, but it should also work for images. Going a bit more into the technical side, the files are encrypted on the client side using an encryption algorithm. You can find all the information in the README of the repository on GitHub. So it is using IS 128. Also, there is some hashing done on the content of the binary file, and that hashing, it's stored. That hash is stored in the local storage. It's some metadata the user has available here that he will use to download or delete the file. This is the identifier of the file. As you can see on the server, they are stored also, or on the service provider, they are stored also by their hash. If you see, it's the same one. So, yeah, that's about it. As about the technologies I used for the front end, I used React with TypeScript, and then I ran with the Electron framework, the app, to make it a desktop app. And for the backend, I was using Python. Using React as a development framework allowed me to also access the app in the browser, which made the development a lot easier. And on top of that, we can also develop in case something like this wants to be developed on a larger scale. It can be developed in browser or as a desktop app by just having a single code base. Here the encrypted files are different because the local storage from the browser, of course, is different from the local storage on the desktop app. Yeah, so here I have other things. I have a settings menu about with an about section and the remove local data. I was planning to do a public files section, but it's still work in progress. That's about it. You can pick a different decryption key. However, I suggest to leave it like this for the moment because I didn't use it yet. I just hard-coded super protective. That's a very secure encryption key. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you for the...
Well done. That was great. So now moving on to the next challenge, Archway. So the challenge is to create a base NFT marketplace on Archway's testnet. And the winners are Flea Archway NFT Market, Fujita Takuya Takumi Aita Tabashim Tabashi, and NFText Votori Movako. Some great work has been done. It's one of the judges have mentioned that the work by Flea Archway NFT market was a full-featured, polished NFT marketplace and one of the more advanced uses of CosmWasm-based assets out there today. Well done. And NFTX, which makes NFTs more inclusive by allowing anybody to create their own character or other NFT from scratch, adding drawings, 3D models, skeletons, animation, and more. Well done. Now I'm going to go to the demo.
Hi, we are Free team. We made NFT market on Archway, free. I'll show you how to use it right away. To use free, you need to authenticate with Kepler. When you log in from the top page, you will see brief introductions about free. You can mint your NFT on Archway. You can sell and buy Cosmos NFTs without market fee. It's important. Due to Archway specification, transaction fees are distributed to developers, so the protocol does not need to charge fees. We believe that those rewards should be returned to the user experience, and you can mint and burn wrapped const token easily. Const is native token of Archway testnet. Just like you need wrapped is on OpenSea, you need wrapped const at CW20. We have also prepared a function to make it easy for user to issue this wrapped const. Let's take a look at the actual page. Click on the create page. There are 3 forms: name, image URL, and description. Just fill in these fields, press and submit button, and your NFT will be published on Archway. In my page, you can see the NFT you have created and the NFT you have purchased. Next, let's talk about trading. If you want to sell your NFT, please go to the detail page of your own. If it's yours, you will see a sell menu at the bottom of the page. Put in the amount you want to sell. Press the sell button, and it will be put on the market. Let's try to buy NFT from the market. Go to Explorer page. Choose the NFT you like. The buy menu will be displayed for the sale. You can easily buy it by clicking on it. To buy NFTs, you will need wrapped const, which can be purchased from the wrapped const page. You can convert your const to wrapped const, or you can convert wrapped const back to const. There's a first feature of the NFT market, free, that will be launched in Archway. It actually deployed and anyone can touch it. So I'd appreciate any feedback on the dev post or Archway Discord. We are moving away from the hackathon level. Let's all continue to make Cosmos more exciting. Thank you very much.
Hello, dear judges, dear audience. I'm happy to introduce you NFText. The core idea here is to allow people to collaborate in NFT creation. And you can collaborate even if you don't know how to paint or make a 3D model. You can start from the text, write a character description, and join the art community just with the text. Let's see what have been done. We have 2 main sections, create and explore. Explore currently under development. Create, we can walk through right now. At the first stage, we upload a text, for example, character description. So at the next stage, the artist will upload a picture based on that character description. And at the third stage, 3D artist will upload 3D model based on text and the image. So for testing purposes, let's go through the image uploading. Let's authorize. The authorization made for testing purposes. In the future, it will use Kepler login. This data stored in the local storage. Great. Here we write the title. supercat, select the file, and upload. And what we see here is that we upload 2 times. The first one is the content itself, and the third time is the metadata based on the OpenSea specification that was provided by the Archway team as the session at HackAtom. So we see the metadata here, we see the image type, the title, and the link to the content itself. Great. Now we can mint. Currently, with this button, we prepare all data for instantiation, and we deploy the smart contract directly to the Archway network. We see here that base 64 successfully generated, and now Yahoo, which is contract deployed. All we need is instantiate the contract with this data. This feature is in progress, but we have everything to make this happen. We have the minter information, name, and type, and also I want to yes, we have information for minting, and we have base 64. That's great. Oops, I need only this. Yes, that's great. That's all we need. So thank you for your attention. Thanks for HackAtom, Cosmos, Archway for inspiration, for amazing documentation, and it's really so amazing that it's so easy to dive into the blockchain ecosystem just from the beginning.
Thank you so much for the great work, everyone.
Oh, you enjoyed.
So now we're moving on to Litecoin. So the idea behind the challenge was to develop a wallet interface to allow users to manage their pre-NFT credential records. And the winners are ISCN Wallet, Cattingting, and Snapblock, Joseph Cheng, Mam K. Chow. I am going to have to stop sharing my screen for a minute so that I can share it in another page. So here is the first winner.
In this page, we can create our own ISCN record. At first, we need to connect our wallet, then fill this form. Now, we can go to this page to check our ISCN record. Okay, this one. We can see the ISCN detail or transfer the ownership to another address. After that, we can update our ISCN record.
So I'll just give you guys here the video link for the winners. This is the first prize winner, the ISCN wallet. And in a second, I'll send you over the one for the second prize. Snapshot, 1 second. All right. So the second prize winner, here is a link here. and I'll let you go through the winners and what they have built on this event. Now, moving forward, let's present the other winners. So I'll be sharing my screen. Perfect. So Injective Challenge. Injective Challenge for this HackAtom was to build a very new, simple, single-page application trading interface with a purpose for spot trading and perpetual markets. The purpose of that was to provide mass market users an accessible, user-friendly interface for trading. Like, for example, we have Matchka on Ethereum. We didn't have a first prize here, but we do have a second place prize, which was won by Magnetar. The winners are Andrei Belokopitov, not sure how this is pronounced, and Kheb, and Vadim Buldenko.
Hello, my name is Andrei, and I'm glad to present you a project we made at Atom Hub. First, let me introduce my teammates. Emin Isaev is a designer and UX expert. Vadim Buldenko is a front-end developer. And I, Andrei Belokopitov, is a front-end developer too. We formed our team at the hackathon and decided to accept the Injective challenge. We are building a web application where users can trade different markets, and all transactions are stored in blockchain. We use API provided by Injective protocol to process transactions and fetch quotes. The app consists of two screens. The first one shows real-time quotes for different markets, spot and derivative. The second screen contains a price chart and a form to place a buy or sell order. The application connects to MetaMask wallet, so user can transfer funds between Ethereum and Injective chain and trade any ERC20 token supported by Injective. We have implemented this app as a single-page React application. We have chosen React library since it allows us to build a cross-platform app in the future. We place source code on GitHub and use Firebase hosting to deploy it. We set up a continuous integration pipeline using GitHub Actions, so the app is deployed instantly as soon as a new commit is pushed to the master branch. There are numerous features still in development. Our designer is working hard to build a clean and user-friendly interface. We aren't going to stop on the work done. We highly inspired the possibilities Cosmos platform and Injective provides for developers. Our goal is to build a full-fledged decentralized exchange. Thank you for your attention.
Perfect. So we have finished with the Injective challenge, and we have showed you the demo for the second prize winner. Now that we have a little bit of time, I would like to go back to the Litecoin challenge winners that we had some problems with featuring that before because of some technical issues. So let's see again the winners of the Litecoin challenge, which are the first winner ISCN wallet, and the second winner Snap Block. And Vale will present the demos for the two projects now.
In this page, we can create our own ISCN record. At first, we need to connect our wallet, then fill this form. Now we can go to this page to check our ISDN record. Okay, this one. We can see the ISDN detail or transfer the ownership to another address. After that, we can update our ISDN record. Okay, this one is the version 2. We can also create or update ISDN in CSV format. Here. Currently, there's a chain API issue that we cannot include the multiple create ISDN message in one transaction. So we need to confirm the transaction one by one. We can also check the detail of ISDN record by their ID in this page. The simple format, raw format, or transfer.
Right, and now I'm going to show you the second challenge from Litecoin.
Unfortunately, this video doesn't have a sound, so maybe we can walk you through on what the team has built here. So SnapBlock is a tool that allows users to upload an original photo taken by their phone camera to a decentralized storage and indexing the data with Litecoin's ISDN to provide provenance and trustable photo content. And in the short demo, he's actually walking you through on how to do that. I will also pass a link here with the Evmos project for people to be able to read more about the content. The app was created by Joseph Chang and Mr. Ku Chao. The way they have built it is the app can be launched on ISO and also Android. It was built with React Native, IPFS, and ISCN integration. And with that, I think we have finished the announcement of all winners, except for the community voting. So without further ado, Vale, let's reveal who the community winner is. All right, so we have Bookverse by Amit Patel winning the community voting award. And we have also a short demo from their project showing what the team has built. Unfortunately, this video doesn't have a sound, but just to walk everyone here on what the team has built, Bookverse empowers book authors to provide their community digital readers a marketplace for NFT books. They have envisioned this of an NFT book marketplace where users can mint, sell, and buy NFT books. They have built it using the Cosmos SDK, and also all the code on this work was scaffolded using Starport. Some of the challenges they ran into, the IBC packet relayer was a bit complicated and took a lot of time to figure out how they can broadcast a heavy data payload to another chain. Therefore, the packet relayer did take some of their time. In terms of like what people can do with the Bookverse, authors can mint their book as NFTs. They can also sell their books as NFTs to the readers by fixed price, and can buy books as NFTs from different authors directly by paying a fixed price. And last but not least, readers and also authors can transfer the NFT books on chain, cross chain, of course, thanks to IBC, directly to a friend or someone who is interested in P2P transfer. Congratulations, Bookverse, for winning the Community Prize Award. And with that, we have finalized the announcing of all the winners. We want to thank everyone for making this happen. And starting from the amazing sponsors, which were super happy to participate to this event, to be able to contribute a prize pool and to be able to show, let's say, their commitment and their time to the builders in this hackathon by answering their questions, being always available, having sessions with them, and everything which went into mentoring. So without further ado, Starport, has been the main sponsor for this event. Pylons and IXO have been the co-sponsors. And then Archway, Kava, Bisong, Stakefish and Juno, Litecoin, Sentinel, SwiftChain, Region Network, Akash, Secret Network, NEEM, Evmos, Agoric, Osmosis, Key Foundation, and also Yumi, Vitwit, IrisNet, Injective, Persistence, Forte, and our media sponsor, Omniflix. Without you, this could not have been done. In the same time, we want to acknowledge the amazing contributors that have contributed to this effort. I mean, the team at Tendermint here, without repeating ourselves, the marketing and community team, the design team, the ecosystem development team, and also the engineering team and Starport team have worked together for making this event happen. We cannot also forget the amazing help we have received from the Interchain Foundation. As you know, Interchain Foundation is one of the core teams which is helping with the Cosmos mission, and they have contributed enormously to this entire promotion and events HackAtom altogether. We also have some of the other sponsors that have contributed in a way or another, meaning the contributors which are behind the scenes, like Timeout Market, Jack the Maker, Vanessa, Margarita, and Papa Sordar. Again, I'm misspelling that, but thank you all for helping with that. Now, we have a bit of a time to get on stage some of the winners of the HackAtom for them to share some of their experience and how they found this year hackathon and what they expect actually to happen next. So, Vale, are there any brave winners that would like to come to join the stage with us?
Yes, sure. I've been in touch with some of you. You can feel free to raise your hand, but at the same time, I'm just going to invite you on the stage. Franjal, I'm just inviting you on the stage.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hey, what's up?
Well, super excited to wrap up the ceremony for HackAtom and looking forward to adding more brave winners on stage. Let's see what Vale is able to add for us here.
Patrick from Cloud Control, I would like to bring you on the stage. I think you must have the notification on your screen. Or maybe we could try one more time.
Also, Manuel, right?
Yes.
He said he wants to join. All right, people, raise your hands. Who else wants to be on stage to talk about your HackAtom experience? All right, we have Patrick also. Perfect. Okay, who else?
Manuel.
Manuel was calling for you.
Blake. Let's mute, please. I will just mute everyone for now.
Where is the mute?
And then Thomas. Wow, so good. So many of us. Okay. All right. I think we have a full stage now.
Perfect. So thank you all for joining the last session of the HackAtom closing ceremony. And the purpose of this fire chat is to discuss with you how your HackAtom experience has been, because we have put so much effort into this and we want to know that the way we have designed this event and the way that we have thought of running this event was something that you have appreciated, and what else we can improve in the future, and also things like what inspired you to build for this HackAtom and for Cosmos in general. So the first actual question would be some of those that I have mentioned, but before that, can each of you just say, I don't know, one, two, few words about what winner of what challenge you are? Who wants to start?
If you want, I can start. Do I have to do something so I get the big screen, or should I just start right away?
Vale.
Yes.
Yes. Hi. So I'm Patrick from the Crowd Control NFT Arena. And we have built this game where you start with your NFT character, give some weapons, and start fighting. So thanks a lot that we could participate here in this hackathon. Really great. I think we also thought last year to join, but then there was no gaming challenge. And since we're building games, for us it was not possible. And this year it was possible. So when we saw the hackathon, we were like, yeah, we go for it. It will be awesome. And then, we thought, okay, cool, Pylons looks like what fits to our purpose. And then we started thinking about how can we build a game that's small enough for 1 month. So, it was a pleasure. Nice to be here, and keep it up. It's cool.
Awesome. All right. Who wants to go next? Tell us about what challenge you have won and what inspired you to build this project.
Hey, so I'll go next. So yeah, I've been participating. Like I participated in the Akash Cosmos Omnibus Challenge, in the interstellar track. So yeah, the idea here was like, I mean, like I was like exploring Akash for quite a while. Like, I found the idea of D-Cloud really interesting. I tried to contribute to like a few other hackathons that they had, like didn't really actively do something. Then basically I was just like looking at Cosmos ecosystem in general, because I just joined Persistence, like from the Cosmos ecosystem. So yeah, so like I was just like just figuring out okay how things are there, and I found okay HackAtom is taking place. So like okay, there's something which I can contribute to. So overall that community was welcoming. Like I was able to interact with the challenge mentor, the repository maintainer, and he helped me out with the exact challenge details and all. People were very helpful, right? And overall, like I have been able to contribute to, like, so I started out with starting with the one chain, okay, like how easy is the integration process, like, because like the challenge required you to integrate as many chains as possible to the omnibus repository, so that all of the Cosmos chains are covered in the omnibus project. So deployment is easy for literally every chain. I just looked at the chain registry, like okay, there are few missing. Like I started with one, found the process decently easy. Like I figured out okay, like what are the easy ones I can sort out. I did that. Then there were like few complex ones which required like few bit more change. Mentor was helpful in that case. Like, so overall, like I enjoyed the experience. Was able to contribute. Like I guess right now there are only 2 or 3 left. Most of them like did not have like open source code for their diamonds. Had like few documentation only. So only such things are left as of now. So yeah, we are on a good track. Like there are few improvements that if we have planned over the coming time. So yeah, I'm like collaborating with the maintainer more, and trying to improve it over the time. So yeah,
Awesome.
that was
Thank
my
you so much
experience.
for sharing your thoughts. Thomas, you want to go next?
Yes. Okay. Hello. So very happy to be there and to have win one of the challenge. So I worked on the Starport plugin challenge. So yeah, it was a very cool challenge. I chose the challenge mostly because I'm really new to the Cosmos area, so I didn't know much about it. So the plugin system was something more on my knowledge. And yes. I wanted to set up something very smooth for developers, so they could so they can develop the plugin very quickly. And so that was my my ambition for this challenge, and I think it worked well.
Thank you so much for sharing. Manuel, what about you?
Yeah, hello. Excited to be here. I mean, for us, it was really an interesting process of trying to figure out which challenge to tackle, because we had many ideas. But then we figured most of them fail at the missing interchain accounts for Cosmos. So I think the next hackathon will be a lot more exciting even. But in the end, it was really fun to start with this just like small project that we thought was really useful for us and a nice idea. And just to get into it, how to work with it, it was more like a fun idea, and I'm really excited that this like actually won the prize. We're like really surprised and happy about this. Yeah, and I'm curious to invest more into it, and I think it will like it's part of our bigger project, which I think Joshua will also talk about. It was like one idea to have the osmosis pools similar to Pylon, to have like the liquidity coming into regenerative projects for crowdfunding. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Okay, who else we have here? Patrick. Patrick, want to share some of your experience?
I guess you mean me, but I was already. But shall I? Should I tell you more, or is someone else before me? I guess, right?
I'm sorry. All right.
No worries.
Gosha.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you very much for the honor, and Mano, thanks for the intro. We can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a complex scheme that we had in mind, and we thought, okay, what kind of different parts of the scheme can we actually manage in a hackathon frame in a short month? And so Manuel, he focused over here on this part of what can we, how can we kind of feed different interactions from what sort of passive income, and how can we create schemes around this passive income? And so I think he did an amazing job on the osmosis front end side. And what I focused on was what we call an allocation engine. So if you can imagine a setup where you can basically make a fork in the road. All of the money that's coming out of your passive income can be distributed to any list of people at any percentage, and or not only to people but to other smart contracts. So you could imagine like a loop where you say, I want 25% of my income to get looped back into auto compounding, 25% to go to a development fund, and something else to a great project that I want to support. And so we have some ideas for a bigger scheme to use this allocation engine, but it was clear that's needed at first. We need this concept of being able to route the wealth that's being produced, and it was a really cool process. I had really great Robert Z from Regen was just an amazing mentor. Like he really was taking care of the blockchain side of things so well, and it was really fun for me to work on the UI. That was like it was the first time really doing, how to say it, like very detailed work with the transactions and building transactions and getting the whole connecting to the blockchain as a backend, you could say, for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. So I have one last question for people here. I'm super interested to see where they see their project going, right? Because they have done a lot of work in this HackAtom, and as we have seen in the previous hackathons, there is like a lot of opportunity for people to develop their and to continue working on their HackAtom project. If we were just to think of one of the most successful blockchains in the Cosmos ecosystem, which is Osmosis, they actually were the Hackathon 5 winner. So we can see here that from a Hackathon project to a working and successful blockchain is just a few months away. So do people here, are people here interested to continue working on their project, how they see the next milestones coming together, and mainly what are their goals after this this hackathon? Who wants to start?
Yeah.
Manuel has raised his
Yeah,
hand.
just maybe quickly to say I already submitted the PR to the Osmosis repo, and I'm just curious to get feedback and to what, like, also was mentioned in the beginning, the generalization, because I think it was made for specific use cases. But I'm also curious to work on it more to have it generalized and, if possible, even merged into the repo. That would be really amazing target or like goal for me.
Amazing, amazing to hear that. Okay, who else? Who else wants to share some thoughts?
Well, I can continue. Yeah, for me it's same as Manuel. It's to see my submission merge, but not in Osmosis, but this time in the Starport repository, and that would be good. And I would like to see what kind of plugins that can be built from it. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing to hear.
May I?
Of course.
Okay. So one of the things we thought about is these NFTs we use in our game. Usually, I would say NFTs, they have no value. It's like it's just some data on a blockchain. It's just some image, and everyone can basically copy it, but there's some owner. But once you have emotions and you have things that you feel towards NFTs, they accrue value and they become interesting. So because otherwise you are in danger of becoming Beanie Babies and stuff like this. So one idea was, how can you make NFTs valuable and give them some meaning? So we also built another or a real project is crowd control, where we built a trading card game. And then we thought, okay, let's just try out this NFT arena thing. And if we find a good way of having these NFTs move into the blockchain, and then the NFTs inside, they get some story and they come alive. Maybe we can also use this method in our main product, where you can maybe turn an NFT into a trading card and then play with this NFT in the trading card game by still having the NFT. So if you have a CryptoPunk and you really love your CryptoPunk, maybe you also want to turn the CryptoPunk into a trading card and play like something like Hearthstone, Magic. These types of games is something we develop with the special twist that everyone can create cards and push them into the blockchain, and the users balance the cards by voting. And then if you can do the same thing we're doing with NFT Arena right now in this game, it might be very interesting to get NFTs some meaning and some deeper connection to something that you live through and you experience, which I think is really important for NFTs, because the most valuable NFTs are things where many people share common experience, or which is art for many people. So I think this project was a very nice, how would you say, not pivot, but playground. Maybe it also makes some sense in itself. We'll see that. So if the game itself has enough space to live, then maybe we'll also expand on this idea and continue it. So this is still experimenting and seeing what people tell us when they use it. And then I'm very curious to see how this might unfold.
For sure. Gotshua, any thoughts on your continuation of the project, next milestones, and many goals after this hackathon?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be applying for grant funding and to continue. And I'm really looking forward to ongoing discussions with like what kind of place this idea of an allocation engine could have in the Cosmos SDK. I mean, we don't have a PR ready yet, but I think when we start thinking about like modular routing of funds on the blockchain, this can have a really big impact. And then if we can expand in the direction of IBC also, where you can be able to have like automatic routing of funds also over IBC channels, then it really opens up a big universe. Yeah.
For sure. Who else do we have here? Pranjal?
Oh yeah,
You're
sorry.
muted.
I realized that. Yeah. So I mean, like for me, like there are few pointers like which I have in mind. Like I discussed it with the current maintainer. So yeah, like it was about like So right now there are few processes there. Like when new chains are integrated, like there are few manual processes still present. I planned initially to do it within the hackathon period, but didn't do it yet. It was like about to sync the chain state directly to the node so that nodes bootstrap faster. We use something called like we update those things to S3, like S3 compatible storage. So but yeah, like the processes are manual, so though that can be added directly to the CI. And then basically there are few release processes and whatever which we can also optimize a bit. After that, like I really like the Cosmos omnibus, but I think like on Akash we can extend that to other other good ecosystems. Also about only about omnibus, if I'll speak, like currently there is not support for if you want to do multiple nodes within the Akash cluster. So there are few things which like we can go in that direction as well. So there are decent chunk of things which are planned. We'll see like how much can I execute over the time period. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, a lot of people have asked what the next steps are, but I want first to share the fact that depending on the project that you have built and depending on the passion that you have towards a certain project, literally every company who has participated in this hackathon as a team challenge is indeed hiring and is indeed looking for developers who have knowledge in the space. And you as the winners are definitely one of those people that they're looking for. So please connect with the teams. There are like full-time positions in place. There are grants program. Each team has a grant solution at hand for them to encourage future development. They also have solutions for like community pool spends, where you propose a certain allocation from the community pool funds to continue your project. So there are so many solutions in the space, and literally everyone is super excited to work with you further on different solutions. So don't hesitate to reach out, and for sure you will find support within those teams and within each participating project here that for sure is looking forward to working with you from this point forward. That being said, we wrap up the HackAtom opening ceremony. Vale, I'm not sure if you're still here to say goodbye and farewell to people here. But this has been an amazing event. We're looking forward for all the new talent and developers who have joined our ecosystem through this hackathon, and we embrace them into our ecosystem, and we are here to support them. I am Adriana_Kalpa on Twitter. Please feel free to reach out to me if you need any further guidance, or you don't know where to reach out, or you have any other questions. And we are here to help you throughout this entire journey. And our sole purpose is to keep you here in the ecosystem, to work with us, because you actually are the builders of tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. It has been the most amazing experience. And Vale, last words here.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a great journey. I can't wait for the rest of the work together. Hackathon 7 is coming soon, 2022. Keep watching out this space. Congratulations to the winners.
I think we should say a few words about the prices, right? So Tendermint, as being in charge of the price distribution, is going to start to reach out to the winners to start collecting the information for the price distribution. This will most likely happen right after the holidays because tomorrow is actually our last day of work. But first thing in January, we'll be reaching out to you to distribute your prizes and to collect all the necessary information. Don't worry, the prize has been blocked. Actually, is going to be blocked as today's market cap closing rate of Atom. So even if Atom goes skyrocketing from here, it should not affect you, and you'll still receive the same amount of your prize in Atoms. So that being said, looking forward to working with you. Please reach out, and we are here to support you on your journey. Thank you so much. It has been amazing, and see you all in Cosmos. Bye.